Hi, this is Kristen here. Welcome to another process video, and today I'm going to be working on a layout for Hip Kit Club. This is for another International Scrapbooking Day challenge, and this was to use pieces from different kits. So I initially thought I was going to use these embroidery hoops, so that came from a die that I purchased separately. The background paper also came from this month, but I was going to work in like some other months. For some reason, I laid out the embroidery hoops and I just did not like how it looked. So, and the other thing I noticed too is like, it was weird because it wouldn't always cut the holes all the way through, and it seemed to like vary, like it was on different parts of the hoop, so it wasn't like always in the center part or on one side. So I kind of was having a hard time getting the die to cut the holes all the way through. So that's why you could still see that there were, like where I hadn't punched out the holes all the way through. So I did set those off to the side. I had embroidered on them a little bit, but I kind of was doing it because I was trying to get this submitted. Like this was the last one, and I only had a couple hours to get it submitted. So I kind of just freehand the hearts on those embroidery hoops, and I wasn't really happy with how they look. So I set those aside. I'm going to use the embroidery hoops for something else, and I might redo the thread on it and kind of map that out a little bit better. So I've pivoted, and I pulled out, I felt like the February 2024 kit would go really well with this blue paper, and so that's the little heart paper behind it, the pink paper, that was all from February. Now I'm trying to use some of these envelopes. I need to try to get a layout using those envelopes up. I kind of have a hard time grabbing those and using those. So now I'm just going to go through the ephemera packs and decide what I'm going to use here. And this is a picture of me with my husband and my two boys. So this was before I don't even know that I was pregnant with my daughter at this point. So, and we've got a shot of me and my husband with my oldest before we had my middle. So we need to get a shot of, I don't know that we have a selfie where I took it with me, the boys, my daughter, and my husband. So this blue frame, that was included in the February kit, I believe. And I don't want to say that for 100%, because at this point I'm just like pulling from different kits in that. So I might be wrong on that. But I liked how I felt like it went really well with that background paper. But because it was going to blend in, I ended up putting that, it was a leftover label piece behind it that was in pink, just to kind of, so then that way you would notice the frame a little bit more. The little typewriter, that, I don't know what that says. I forget what it says. I think, I can't tell looking at, for the voiceover what it says, but I like this little banner. So these are all pieces, I think, from this month's kit. So a lot of that I was just pulling out was from their April kit. I really like this pink paper. I decided I'm going to back that blue paper on it, use this as a border. And you can see I was like in the midst of doing a lot of these International Scrapbooking Day challenges, so it was like my desk was a complete mess. It was very productive, but at the same time, if I'm like doing a bunch of scrapbooking, I just kind of go, and I'm not all that great about cleaning up. And so then after a while, I can't find stuff on my desk. So I do have to eventually stop and straighten up. So I'm just going to get that on there, and then I'm going to start getting this stuff down and then working in the embellishments. I honestly think I have an idea for the embroidery hoops. I really wanted to kind of use them all as a background, so I might still do that, just in a different variation, maybe with a different picture, do the hearts a little bit better where I'm not like feeling rushed to get them done, because they weren't really like, I just kind of free-handed them, And then when I was done with them, I was like, they kind of look a little sloppy. So I think that might be why I didn't, I end up not really liking them. So I'm going to get this stuff down. I'm still in the process of doing like the layouts too that HipKit puts out, where they have like the two different, the three suggested ones. So I got one done. I just haven't posted the video yet. I need to probably do that next. And then, but that one I kind of went a little off script on that one. And then I was going to start on the next two, but it was around the time that International Scrapbooking Day was going to start. So I was kind of like, all right, well, let's just wait on that. So and it's like before I know it, the May kit will be here. So I'm like, I am trying to like get some products and stuff used up, because I have ordered quite a bit here lately. Like I've gotten a lot of Pretty Little Studio, Doodlebug, Vicky Bouton, and so I'm trying to like focus on using different things, which really quite honestly, the challenges really helped me to do that, because I did find myself pulling out things that I hadn't thought about using in a while. So that was kind of nice. Or, I had other things in mind that I was going to finish first. And then because of the challenges, I was like, oh, well, I might as well do it now. So I decided I'm going to use the frames that I cut in half and add those back on the page, because I'm like, otherwise they're going to probably just sit in that pack and not get used. So I decided to put these back onto the layout, which I usually, like if I cut a piece in half, I really will try hard to reuse it somewhere on my layout, just in that way it's not sitting there cut up and not being used. I really need to sit down and work with some Pretty Little Studio. I actually got another shipment in here recently, which I'll do an unboxing of some of their older stuff, because the newer product line I ended up ordering a bunch, and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play with it because I've got other stuff I'm trying to finish. So right now I'm focused on getting a few more challenges done that are due at the end of the month, and then maybe start cracking open some of that Pretty Little Studio. So this is a floral cluster. I decided I'm going to put that to the left-hand side of the picture. I'm just kind of trying to use up some embellishments and from different kits. And honestly, I can't tell you what is from each kit. I definitely know that I pulled some from the February kit, some from the April kit. I don't remember what kit the florals are from. That might be from, I don't know, maybe February. I don't know. And then that love piece, that actually is a foam sticker. And I was actually thinking about putting that on one of the embroidery hoops, because it does have kind of an embroidery look to it. And I just, even though I tried to do that, it just didn't look right. Like, I don't know what it was about the embroidery hoop. It just did not look like it went with this layout. So this is a chipboard circle sticker, and I don't know what month this is from, because at this point I've just pulled out embellishments. Like, I have them all in all my HipKit embellishments in a big basket, and I have them all ordered. They're all kind of together, so that way I kind of have them all grouped together. But a lot of time I'll just start pulling stuff out that I think will work together, because a lot of their products are pretty interchangeable. So this little phrase here, this says P.S. I love you, I think, or something like that. That is from A Touch of Whimsy. So that would be their April kit. And those are just stickers. Like, I don't know that they're foam. They're like more kind of, I don't know what to call them. They're not foam stickers. They're not cardstock stickers. puffy stickers probably. That's kind of what more of their texture is like. And then these little heart pieces, these are foam stickers, and they've got this really pretty pink glitter on it. And so that came from the February kit. And so I'm just going to kind of add those sporadically around the page. And this one I kind of mess with down here because I'm trying to use, because they come in like different shades. It kind of is like almost an ombre look to them. So I was trying to like use some that were different colors and kind of make sure that they weren't grouped together with their size and coloring and all that. Which typically it's like you look back later and you're like, I don't know why I was like so intent on making that piece just right. But at the time it bothers your eye, and so you mess with it. So here is the finished layout with some close-ups. I appreciate you coming by to watch my process video, and I hope you'll stop by again.